let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk stock trading. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk. Right. Let's talk stock trading. Let's talk making money. Let's talk about the most important thing that I want y'all to know in regard to these candlesticks are the 13 core signals. Now, mind you, there are a lot of signals. Um, a few that you won't be hearing here, but a concealed baby swallow. I know I thought that was suspect too, till I found out that a swallow is like a bird or some shit. Uh, a TriStar, super fucking rare. TriStar. I just saw an old video of my OG talking about the TriStar. Another pattern that not many people know about is a unique three river bottom. I'm actually gonna draw that for y'all. That's a candlestick signal. It's called the unique three river bottom. What you will notice is a hammer Harame built in there. Yeah. So these are signals that we're not gonna talk much about. I just want y'all to know about them. These are the ones that y'all really need to know about. The hammer, the inverted hammer, the Harame, the engulfing signal, the morning star, the dojis in general. I'll make this little circle because you got that guy, you got him, you got that, you got that guy, which is a little different. Hold on, you got this guy, spinning top. Man, I'm trying to write with my big ass finger on this little ass screen. Anyway, spinning top doji, and a bunch of other signals. But these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because this is called the doji. It comes in different variations, but it's the doji. All right. So it's 13 signals. I'm gonna give y'all 6 bearish. No bears on the set. Then 7 bullish candles. Now there's a lot more. These are just my favorites. Some of the most easily identifiable. Oh yeah, hold on. Big 7. Hold on. Big number 7 is the most powerful individual signal there is, essentially. Although I've had the biggest luck I've had has been with morning stars. Morning stars and inverted hammers, I think. Yeah. Inverted hammers. But we got 6 bears, six bears, 7 bullish stocks, 13 core signals. We're gonna break down these signals. We're gonna talk about where you want to locate them. Those of y'all watching my videos, you're starting to understand. This is the bottom of a trend. This is the top. This will be a bottom, and eventually somewhere up there will be a top. Well, remember, we are looking for bullish entries here. We are buying here, and we are looking to sell here. In fact, I can show you a trade right now that is a great. Matter of fact, I can show y'all 2 trades, but I'm gonna show y'all this one right here. SENS was just a great fucking trade. Look at this right here. So it's like a morning star type situation or whatever. Um, technically though, like technically, this is called a three ladder bottom. One of my favorite signals, mainly just because I think the inverted hammer is probably my favorite individual signal. Just because like you see it at the bottom, it has great implications. Because inverted hammers, they need to have that tail to the top. So, boom. When you start seeing situations like this, I'm telling you, like, I mean, when you start seeing situations like this, because you will notice that there's a gap here, a window, right? Some kind of gap between where the trading was and where it was at. But even if you have this, a white candle to a white candle, or a red candle to a white, because red implies that they close down here, and in order to open here, they had to gap it up, because that's a gap obviously between the previous close and the next open. So what do we notice here though? Inverted hammer signal followed by a gap up in the oversold condition, more so at the bottom, but preferably oversold. It gapped up from the oversold condition, and when we can go from red to white, when we go red to white, to me that means a lot too. That's like when you gonna get like the, to me that's the most powerful reversal. So let's go back and take a look at our SENS trade. I had posted this on I think my Instagram account. Just giving niggas some tips on, hey man, new year, new opportunity. Go look for this signal right here. So as we see, inverted hammer in the oversold condition, ladies and gentlemen. Oversold condition. So we have we're in an oversold condition down here. We have a known candlestick signal right here. Look real similar to this, don't it? Look real similar to this. Inverted hammer at the bottom, gapped up out of the oversold condition. I mean, I'm pretty sure that that's the same basic facts of this trade. Candlestick buy signal in the oversold condition, followed by a gap up. I mean, we got eyes to see. Followed by a gap up. And then what's that last confirming indicator? A close above the 8 exponential moving average. So the point here is that these signals happen over and over and over and over and over. So that's part of why stock trading is so powerful. That's part of why I'm actually taking my time out to learn more, teach more, and bring money to market. I expect to be trading every single week, or at least every single month, probably for the rest of my life. Because with everything I know, you get to a point where it's like, why wouldn't I buy this trade? I think I found this on a gap. I'm assuming that scan was basically saying, show me stocks where the close is higher than the previous day's close, which is how I pretty much believe those are the parameters that got me in this stock. And it took me no time. It took me no time. This is hands down the first, what I consider my first true successful trade to the level that I want to be at, which is, it took me no time. Like the second I saw this shit, I was like, oh fuck, this is important. This matters. I'm finna buy this bitch. And I know exactly what should be happening. Because when I seen it had already closed on this day. So you had a candlestick buy signal in the oversold condition, followed by a gap up and a close above the trend line. I spent a lot of years listening to my OG say, if you just start with those, really just three of those four, candlestick buy signal in the oversold condition, followed by a close above the trend line, you don't even need a gap up. Technically, you don't need a gap up, right? Because if you think about that, you wouldn't get that gap up if you have a engulfing signal. You're not going to have a gap up away from that candle because it is an engulfing signal, which means it opened lower than a previous body and closed higher than said body. Nevertheless, if you get this signal and it closes above the 8x, you can buy. With the expectation that as long as you stay above this trend line, you're going to be in some form of an uptrend. With the caveat being that the further away we get from that line, the more likely it is we're going to come back and at least retest it. Will we break through? Will we fail when we hit the 8x? We don't know. We have no idea. But what we do know is that this line is extremely important. And if we hit this and it continue to go down, that's our indicator that the trend might be rolling over.